God's advice today. Have you ever felt that God is trying to speak to you, yet in the busyness of life, His signs go unnoticed? This message invites you to pause, reflect, and open your heart. Perhaps this is exactly what you needed to hear today. Watch until the end with openness, and if these words touch you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive more messages like this. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for a 1-minute prayer and a recommended message to help strengthen your faith even more. God said, "My son, listen carefully to what I declare over your life, for this is a moment sealed in eternity, prepared even before your eyes saw the first light, a time when my voice pierces through everything to reach you. I tell you that nothing you have lived has gone unnoticed. No pain was ignored, no silence of yours passed unheard by me. My gaze, which sees all and knows all, rests upon every detail of your story, the gaps that wound, the days when you thought your cry was lost, the dawns when your heart tried to endure alone. But I, your God, move heaven and earth, bend circumstances, and command the impossible to bow before the purpose I have determined for you. And as it is written, I know that you can do all things, and no purpose of yours can be thwarted." Job chapter 42 verse 2. I assure you that not a single promise I placed upon your life has died, no word I released has withdrawn, no seed I planted in you has been forgotten. Are you ready for a deep change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Sometimes all we need is a small step of faith to open the doors of abundance, peace, and blessings that God has already reserved for us. A simple 1-minute prayer can be the beginning of a spiritual journey that transforms the inner world and reflects outwardly. If you desire to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, spiritual and material, click on the link in the first comment. There you will find a simple practice, lovingly guided, that can help you connect more deeply with the divine presence in your life. Right now I am activating invisible forces, aligning paths, opening doors, and summoning what belongs to you so that it may advance toward you. Trust, my son, this is the time when my hand is working in ways your eyes cannot yet see. Comment, God's light shines brightest in the darkest moments. I need you to understand that I will not cease my work until you see in your hands the good you have long awaited. Your soul became accustomed to surviving, fighting, holding everything on its own, but now I am teaching you to receive with confidence. I want the reality of my promises to shine so intensely in your life that no one will be able to deny that it was my hand that sustained you in silence and exalted you at the appointed time. Your journey has been long, marked by days of weariness and nights of uncertainty, and many times you believed I was late, when in truth I was preparing you for a greater level of blessing. What you called waiting was strengthening. What you called silence was construction, what you called delay was care. I was shaping you from within so that the answer would not break you, but elevate you, not diminish you, but expand you. What is coming is not small, and that is why the process needed to be deep, precise, and transformative. The maturity you now carry is the fruit of my love working in you. Comment, I trust in God, for He has great plans for me. I know the nights when your tears were your food and fear tried to suffocate your faith with every breath. I know what you hid in silence, the thoughts no one heard, the pains that tore you inside when you believed I was distant. But remember what is written, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 30 verse 5. Not one of your tears fell in vain. Each one became an offering that reached my throne as a sincere cry. I heard your invisible groans, your weary sighs, your questions born not of rebellion but of desperation. I saw you when loneliness pressed, when your mind screamed, when your strength ended. And I tell you, my son, I never left you. Not for a single second was my presence absent from your side. It was I who sustained you when your body could no longer respond, who gave you strength when you wanted to give up. It was I who carried you when you could no longer walk. Comment, I trust in God, who cares for every detail of my life. Now, my son, I want you to understand the greatness of this moment you are living, for it is not common, not natural, it is spiritual. You have entered a season in which I am accelerating what once seemed stagnant, unlocking what seemed stuck, releasing what seemed imprisoned. What was scheduled for years ahead, I will bring sooner. What seemed slow, I will make swift. What was impossible in your eyes, I will make simple in my hands. But I need your heart to be attentive, awake, willing. I need your focus to be on me, for I am about to reveal directions that will change the course of your existence, opportunities you never imagined, connections that come directly from heaven. It will not be by your strength, nor your intelligence, nor your ability, but by the manifestation of my Spirit working in you and through you. From this moment on, a new spiritual sensitivity is being born within you, allowing you to discern what previously went unnoticed, to see beyond appearances, and to walk according to my voice. Comment, I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. Every affliction you have been carrying, the pains in your body, the anguish in your soul, the financial pressures that steal your sleep, the emotional fractures you tried to ignore, everything is now being touched by my restoring hand. As it is written, for I am the Lord who heals you. Exodus chapter 15 verse 26. I rise as a shield around your life and declare an end to everything that tried to dominate your heart. Sickness will not be your sentence. Lack will not define your worth. Rejection will not be the final word over your story. I am entering, with divine authority, the places of your pain, into what burdens you, weakens you, makes you feel small. I am pulling out ancient roots, breaking cycles, undoing influences that tried to paralyze your destiny. For I love you with an eternal, deep, and unshakable love, and I will not allow your story to end in loss, discouragement, or defeat. What is coming is healing, restoration, and a new beginning. Comment, I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. My son, none of what you lived through was meaningless. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God. Romans chapter 8 verse 28. Even in the moments when you believed nothing was happening, I was aligning everything with precision. I was closing doors that would wound you, redirecting paths that would delay you, separating people who would devour your spirit, and drawing near, at the exact time, those who would lift you toward your purpose. I was never absent for a single moment. I never lost control of the story, not even for a heartbeat. What you called a desert, I called preparation. What you named delay, I defined as protection. What you interpreted as silence, I planned as strategy. Every tear, every pause, every seeming loss was part of a greater good unfolding behind the veil. Even the events that caused you pain were secretly working to reposition you in the exact place where your destiny could flourish. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Everything cooperated to shape the man you are becoming, and nothing that was meant for you has been lost. This day you are living is not ordinary, my son. It carries a divine imprint that distinguishes it from all others. I led you to these words intentionally, because I am preparing you for a sacred encounter with the destiny I wrote over your life long before you were born. Today I begin dismantling old structures that imprisoned your identity. I break spiritual chains forged through pain, trauma, fear, and injustice, chains you carried without noticing. Today I restore what was taken from you unfairly: honor, peace, clarity, emotional sensitivity, identity, provision, and confidence. I return each part as gold refined through fire. You are not the sum of your wounds. You are not the weight of what happened to you. You are not the shadows of your past. You are who I declared you to be before the foundation of the world. And now begins the restoration of your true essence, who you are when you walk in freedom, when you breathe without fear, when you rise without shame, when you live without internal prisons. Today marks the beginning of your return to yourself, to the version of you that heaven always saw. There is no hesitation, no uncertainty, no doubt surrounding your restoration. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans chapter 8 verse 31. Your victory was spoken long before the world was formed. Your restoration is not a hope, it's a certainty. It is not a possibility, it's an eternal decree. The only thing I ask of you is this: align yourself with my timing. Do not rush ahead of me, and do not fall behind in fear. Open your soul to receive what I am pouring into you. Allow me to uproot every lie that convinced you that you were unworthy, incapable, delayed, or forgotten. You lost nothing, my child. What you believed had slipped away was actually being preserved, protected, and prepared for the precise moment of release. I guard what belongs to you far more carefully than you ever could. Every promise attached to your name remains intact, untouched, unshaken. Walk with assurance, because what I decreed cannot be undone, and what I established cannot be reversed. Prepare your spirit, my son, for I am now unveiling what has been hidden in the realm of the unseen. I accelerate your path not out of haste, but out of purpose. I am positioning you for a testimony that will reveal to many that I am still the same God of power, fire, healing, and transformation. The same God who opened seas, resurrected dreams, lifted the fallen, restored destinies, and shattered chains is moving through your life at this very moment. This is the time of light, light that exposes what oppressed you and light that guides you into what I have prepared. This is the time of answers, where long-standing prayers begin to manifest. This is the season of rebuilding, where what was broken becomes stronger than before. This is the time of restitution, when everything stolen or hindered returns multiplied. This is the moment of divine acceleration, when years of delay are swallowed up in a single act of my power. Enter this new time without fear, for my hand is upon you. Nothing, not darkness, not opposition, not circumstance, can interrupt what I am initiating within your spirit now. My beloved son, I want you to open your heart to something deep that is beginning to reveal itself within you. There are spiritual movements happening right now, movements that cannot be perceived with human eyes, yet they are already silently transforming every area of your life. I want you to understand that nothing you have faced was in vain, nothing that hurt you went unnoticed, and none of your waiting has been ignored. There is a hidden purpose in every silence, in every long night, in every anguish you tried to hide even from yourself. What is about to emerge on your path is not luck, is not coincidence, is not merely the result of human effort. It is the manifestation of something that was already decreed in dimensions where time holds no power. My son, I am leading you to a greater understanding, an understanding that will free areas of your life that have been stuck for years. What you are about to live was prepared with divine precision. It is so great that it will change the course of your days from this moment forward. Nothing and no one will be able to undo what has been decided concerning you. I want your soul to absorb this certainty. Your victory already exists, your deliverance has already been written, and your transformation has already begun, even if you still cannot see everything clearly. When I tell you that I am leading you to something great, I am not speaking of a temporary relief or a superficial improvement. I speak of a deep, permanent, and irreversible change. I speak of a turning point marked with such authority that no opposing force will be able to withstand it. I want you to understand that the time of waiting you endured was not punishment nor abandonment, it was preparation. While you believed that nothing was happening, I was shaping your resilience, strengthening your faith, refining your discernment. I was teaching you to trust the invisible more than what your senses perceived. Every tear you shed planted roots of maturity within you. Every desert taught you to hear my voice amidst the noise. Every frustration brought you closer to a version of yourself that no longer clings to the illusions of this world. Now, my son, you are ready to receive what you once could not sustain. You are prepared to carry the kind of blessing that requires emotional, spiritual, and mental structure. You are matured enough to live what I always promised you, not merely ask for it. When I say I am moving things in your favor, I speak of something far greater than external shifts. I speak of a spiritual reconfiguration involving details you never imagined. I am opening paths that were locked by forces you did not understand. I am breaking old chains, cutting ties that held you to the past, and releasing connections that will cause your future to flourish. I am sending invisible assistance, aligning circumstances, inspiring people, creating solutions that defy human logic. There will be events so specific, so precise, so improbable that even those who do not believe in me will be astonished by what they see in your life. None of this will be the work of chance. It will be my mark, my sign, my unmistakable touch. And when this happens, many will be impacted by the transformation that will take place in you, for they will see me through the change that blossoms on your path. My son, your story will become testimony, your voice will become balm, and your journey will carry the fragrance of my presence. Listen closely, my beloved son. My attention over your life is not generic, not distant, not superficial. I see you in depth. I see your hidden fears, your unspoken worries, your veiled dreams, your silent blocks. I see the strength you try to show while inside you feel broken. I see the courage you present to the world while within you struggle not to give up. I know the weight you carry, far more than those around you do. I know your questions, your confusions, your waiting, your exhaustion. And it is precisely because I recognize every detail of your inner being that I am acting now with even greater intensity. My movement in your life is not the result of your prayer alone. It is the result of my perfect understanding of who you are and what you need to truly prosper. My intervention is born of the love I have for you, of the precision with which I see your path, and of the certainty of the future I have prepared for you. I know that many times you believed I was distant because the silence seemed too long. I know there were days when you thought I did not see you because the answers took too long to arrive. I know there were nights when your heart cried for help and everything seemed unchanged. But I want you to understand something profound. My silence was never absence. My silence was strategy. While you waited, I worked. While you suffered, I strengthened your soul. While you cried, I designed your victory. Nothing remained still. Nothing was ignored. Nothing was forgotten. The waiting was the period in which I prepared you to receive without losing, to rise without collapsing, to prosper without harming yourself. My son, you are now entering the season where what was hidden will become evident, where what seemed delayed will reveal itself to be perfectly synchronized, where what seemed impossible will be shown as simple within my plans. My beloved son, I want you to understand another truth that you may have never fully perceived. My actions are not random. They do not happen as rewards for a few or as unexpected strokes of luck. Everything I do in the life of one of my children follows a divine order, a spiritual logic, a precision that never fails. There are perfect timings, invisible alignments, combinations of factors that only I can coordinate. And now, in this very moment, all these elements have united in your favor. You are living the beginning of a new cycle, a cycle in which my intervention will be visible, continuous, and transformative. Nothing and no one will be able to stop what is already in motion. No contrary opinion, no insecurity within you, no human obstacle will be strong enough to interrupt what I have decreed. My son, you are stepping into a time where my hand will be so evident that your life will be marked by a before and after. I want your mind to open to something much deeper. My relationship with you is intimate, personal, and unique. I do not treat you as part of a crowd. I treat you as an individual. I do not pour blessings at random. I direct exactly what you need to bloom. Everything I do for you considers your heart, your story, your wounds, your dreams, your limitations, your abilities, and your purpose. Every movement of mine around you is intentional, calculated, and aligned with your path. This is why my work in your life will always succeed, because it is not generic, not superficial, not improvised. My work in you is customized, profound, and made precisely for you. Therefore, my son, I want you to understand, what is coming to you is not simply good, it is perfect for you. It will elevate your soul, expand your path, restore your hope, and position you in the destiny for which you were created. My beloved son, as these words reach your heart, something within you is being realigned. I want you to know that your season of living small is over. The time of merely surviving has ended. Now begins the time of receiving, expanding, and manifesting all that has always been reserved for you. I want you to feel this truth burning within you. Your victory is near, your breakthrough is ripe, your transformation has already begun. And when everything comes to light, you will understand that you were never abandoned. You never walked without direction. Every delay had purpose, every struggle had function, every fall carried a lesson. You will see that what seemed late was actually arriving at the exact moment it was meant to. My son, prepare yourself, for I am leading you into a chapter so extraordinary that even you will be astonished by the greatness of what is coming. Trust, rest, remain, because now, finally, you will see with your own eyes what has already been decreed in heaven concerning your life. My beloved child, draw near and let these words settle deeply within you, for they rise from a place beyond time and beyond every limitation you have ever known. I want you to recognize that nothing you have endured has been wasted. Every night of restlessness, every tear shed in silence, every struggle that carved itself into your days was part of a holy process, shaping you, refining you, preparing you with precision for what is now unfolding. There was never a moment when you walked without my gaze upon you, never a circumstance where I stood distant or indifferent. Even in your hardest trials, I was constructing strength in you, strength you could not see at the time, but strength that is now awakening within your spirit. You believed you were breaking, but you were being rebuilt. You believed you were alone, but you were being guided. You believed you were forgotten, but you were being prepared, carefully, lovingly, intentionally, for a season that aligns perfectly with the steps I have ordained. You must understand, my child, that the difficulties you faced were not designed to crush you or deny you joy. They were allowed to deepen your trust, to stretch your spirit until it could hold the abundance I always intended for you. Without those moments of emptiness, you would not have learned to lean on me. Without those seasons of stillness, you would not have learned to listen. Without those days when nothing made sense, your faith would not have taken root strong enough to stand firm in what is coming. And now, after all the paths you have traveled, you have reached a place of readiness. Your faith, once fragile, now stands as a mountain. Your heart, once uncertain, now beats with a quiet confidence. For this reason, I am calling you into a new beginning, not a hesitant step, not a gradual shift, but a genuine turning point where what I have prepared finally meets the vessel that has been made ready to receive it. In this moment, I see clearly that your intentions are sincere, that your inner posture aligns with the blueprint I have woven over your life. Nothing in you stands in contradiction to what I desire to release. You are not too late, not too early, not unworthy, not unprepared. You are in the precise moment where heaven's timing intersects with your transformation. When I speak to you with such urgency and clarity, it is because the time appointed for your elevation has arrived. I am not stirring your emotions, I am awakening your awareness. I am not rushing you, I am aligning you. For under heaven, every purpose has its hour, and the hour for your rising has come. I do not want you to carry unnecessary burdens for even one more day. I do not want you to remain imprisoned by fears that no longer belong to your identity. Lift your gaze, beloved child. Look with the eyes of your renewed spirit. Everything is shifting in ways you cannot yet measure, and my wisdom is arranging the steps before you with flawless precision. What you are witnessing within yourself, the increased clarity, the expanding hope, the dissolving of old doubts, is not random. It is the sign that the divine moment has begun. There comes a time in the life of every one of my beloved children when everything seems to pause, not to hinder them, but to redirect them. A sacred stillness arrives before the breakthrough, where they must decide whether to trust the voice that has been whispering within their spirit. You are standing in that holy pause right now. This is the threshold between who you were and who you are becoming, between the limitations that once held you and the limitless future I have crafted. The inward awakening you feel is not new information, it is eternal truth resurfacing, truth that was always yours but hidden until the appointed time when you would be mature enough to carry it. Even now, while these words flow into you, processes you cannot see are unfolding on your behalf. Every time I turn my attention toward you, and I turn it constantly, your life is presented before the courts of heaven. decisions are made, decrees are issued, movements are initiated. You do not walk through your challenges alone. You are surrounded by orchestration beyond human comprehension. Forces you cannot see are working tirelessly for your benefit. While you see obstacles, the spiritual realm sees openings. While you see delays, heaven sees preparation. While you see uncertainty, I see strategy. As you inhale this very breath, as your heart continues its rhythm, I am examining every corner of your life that requires renewal. I am tending to the deepest places where human understanding has never soothed you, the spiritual wounds, the inner unrest, the questions you never voiced aloud. I know where relationships have fractured and where hope has faded, and I am already releasing the clarity, healing, and reconciliation needed to restore all things. And hear me, my precious child, for this truth has the power to strengthen you from within. Nothing is beyond my reach. No situation is too tangled, no fear too strong, no barrier too high. When I crafted the universe, I did not labor or struggle. I spoke, and creation leapt into being. Galaxies spun at the sound of my voice. The foundations of the earth settled by my command. The laws of nature stood firm at my decree. Everything that exists began with a word. That same word, that same authority, that same creative force is now directed entirely toward your life. I am speaking peace into your mind. I am speaking order into your finances. I am speaking healing into your relationships. I am speaking restoration into the places where hope once seemed impossible. Not because of what you have done, but because of who you are to me, cherished, chosen, deeply loved, eternally seen. So receive this, my child. I am not helping you because you earned it. I am helping you because my nature is to lift you, sustain you, and transform you. My power does not activate through your perfection but through my compassion. I am not responding to your accomplishments. I am responding to your need. And because you have walked faithfully even when you felt blind, because you continued even when weary, because you opened your heart to my leading even when you did not understand, the fullness of my appointed time now unfolds before you. Step into this moment with confidence. Step into this season with expectation. Step into this new beginning knowing that everything that once seemed against you is being reordered in your favor. This is your hour, my beloved. This is the turning point. This is the unveiling of what has long been promised. And as you move forward, remember this profoundly comforting truth. You are not walking toward a blessing. You are walking with the one who creates them. My beloved child, listen closely to what I am impressing upon your spirit in this moment, for every word I speak now is woven directly from the truth you have not fully recognized within yourself. You must understand that what I am preparing to release into your life is not dependent on flawless behavior, nor on accumulated good deeds, nor on any perfection you imagine you need to achieve. If my blessings were earned through human perfection, no one would ever reach them. What is unfolding for you springs from trust, trust in my constancy, trust in my promises, trust in what I have already settled on your behalf. These divine turning points are born in faith, not human merit. And this is why I speak now with such intensity, to strengthen your assurance, to anchor your spirit, and to remind you of who I am and what I have already declared concerning your life. I speak with urgency because my devotion to you is ceaseless, unwavering, and unstoppable. You must know this with a clarity that surpasses any whisper of doubt. For deep in the unseen realm, forces that do not wish for your freedom have attempted to veil your eyes, to cloud your perception, to keep you trapped within uncertainty. They are terrified of you awakening to the magnitude of my commitment to you. They tremble at the thought of you recognizing the full weight of my unwavering loyalty, my unfailing mercy, and my unstoppable power that constantly moves on your behalf. Every lie whispered against your worth, every suggestion that you have failed too greatly, every illusion that your time has passed, these were shadows trying to keep you from discovering how deeply, eternally, and passionately you are cherished by me. My child, you were chosen before the foundation of the world. I planned goodness for you before you took your first breath. And now, in this moment, a shift begins that no shadow can hinder and no doubt can silence. Right now, in the unseen realm, movement has begun. What once appeared distant now draws near. What seemed impossible is being restructured into possibility. What was hidden is being uncovered. A stirring is emerging in the core of your spirit, and though your mind may not grasp every detail, your inner being already feels the approach of what I have prepared for you. This is not imagination, it is spiritual recognition. My beloved child, I desire to reveal a truth that will transform your understanding of how my blessings reach your life. You are not sustained by rituals, nor preserved by human ceremonies, nor held by the weight of repeated religious performance. You are upheld, protected, and eternally secured by the perfect offering I gave for you, an offering that sealed your access to every promise I ever made. Through that sacrifice, every declaration over your life was confirmed. Every intention for your future was validated. Every blessing tied to your destiny was made undeniably yours. There are no hidden clauses, no exceptions, no withheld portions. Nothing more needs to be earned, achieved, or proven. You stand under a covering that cannot be removed. You carry a spiritual inheritance that cannot be revoked. And this inheritance is the foundation upon which your prayers rise with power. When you speak to me, your voice does not rise alone. Your longing is not carried by your strength. It is lifted by my strength, supported by my will, empowered by my desire for your good. Your prayers are not fragile, they are fused with my own purpose. They do not travel upward in uncertainty, they arrive embraced by my authority. This is why you must never devalue your communication with me. Your words carry weight in the unseen realm because they merge with my intention. When you pray, you are not sending a small voice into the air, you are releasing spiritual authority that aligns with what I have already planned for you. What you seek from me is more than a material shift. It is more than a temporary relief. It is more than an answer to a single need. What I desire to work in you is a transformation that reaches the deepest places within your being. I did not create you merely to receive blessings. I created you to become a vessel of blessing in this world. I did not deliver you only for the sake of the future beyond this life. I delivered you so you could walk in purpose now. I did not choose you simply to give you things. I chose you so that through you, my light could touch others. This is why the change that is approaching your life is greater than anything you have experienced. It is not a momentary comfort. It is not a fleeting relief. This change is a divine reordering that will shift the direction of your entire path. You will perceive my presence in deeper ways. You will experience clarity where there was confusion. You will feel peace where there was pressure. You will see openings where there were walls. The work I am initiating in you reaches your emotions, your inner stability, your relationships, your opportunities, and your sense of purpose. Nothing remains untouched by my hand. For in my plan, every area of your life is interconnected. I do not bless you in fragments, I bless you entirely. I do not restore pieces, I restore wholeness. I do not strengthen moments, I strengthen foundations. And as this divine rearrangement unfolds, you will see evidence of healing, restoration, provision, and alignment flow together with perfect precision, revealing the intricacy of the love I hold for you. There is complete restoration prepared for you, restoration of peace, restoration of hope, restoration of relationships, restoration of dreams you thought had expired. There are provisions reserved with your name etched upon them, opportunities designed for your growth, encounters intended to shift your direction, and blessings prepared to unfold at the exact moment they will have their greatest impact. You look at your present needs and imagine they are the highest priorities, but I see deeper. I see that your greatest need is not the immediate solution you crave, but the deep rest your spirit has been longing for. You believe that a specific door opening will fix everything, but I see that before that door opens, your heart must be freed from burdens of the past. You think reconciliation alone will heal what has been broken, but I know that your soul must first release old wounds that have lingered longer than you realized. You perceive your desires as isolated moments of longing, but I see the entire landscape of your life. I see how each part connects. I see how each step builds upon the one before. I see how healing in one area will empower strength in another. Nothing I do is random. Nothing I arrange is accidental. Nothing I bring into your life appears without perfect timing. And though you may not see the whole structure of my plan right now, your spirit is already feeling the movement. Something in you knows that preparation is underway. Something in you senses that alignment has begun. Something in you understands that what is coming is not small. It is not partial. It is not temporary. What I am bringing forth is complete. You have walked through seasons of doubt, seasons of silence, seasons where you questioned your worth because of the battles you faced. But I tell you, my beloved child, none of your struggles diminished your value. None of your tears weakened my commitment to you. None of your mistakes changed my purpose for your life. The adversary wanted you to believe that your failures disqualified you. He wanted you to think hope was beyond your reach. He wanted to convince you that you were overlooked, forgotten, or delayed beyond repair. But every one of those thoughts was a lie. Every suggestion that you were unworthy was false. Every whisper that you had lost your chance was born from fear, fear that you would discover the truth, that I have never withdrawn my hand from your life, that I have never paused my work within you, that I have never stopped orchestrating what would bring you into fullness. You are my chosen one, my beloved, my cherished child. Your existence carries intention. Your journey carries purpose. And everything you have endured is now converging into a moment of divine unveiling. The shadows fought to keep you unaware, but they have failed. For now you are awakening to the truth. My love for you is stronger than every battle, deeper than every wound, and more constant than every struggle you have faced. Prepare yourself, my child, for the doors that are opening have been long sealed, not because you were unready, but because the timing needed to align with what I am building in you. Prepare for clarity where there was confusion. Prepare for acceleration where there was stagnation. Prepare